Aloha, my name is Ariya Lorenz and I want to welcome you to this podcast for living in divine protection. We're going to explore how you can receive support from the higher realms, which is angels, light beings, ascended masters, and how you can call on them for your protection and protecting yourself or your friends, family members, or your belongings. And I also want to share a daily routine that you can practice that'll help you to stay protected throughout each day on a daily basis. Another important factor that we really love to think about if we think about divine protection is how you receive support from the higher realms, specifically for protection. So you can call on angels and ascended masters to help you be protected. And you can also ask them to remove energies that are stuck to your aura that are unhealthy or not good for you. Okay? And I'm going to talk about both. So the first one, there are two specific angels and ascended masters that are really powerful when it comes to protection. One is Archangel Michael and its League of Angels, the blue angels of protection. So you can call on Archangel Michael and ask him for protection. Yeah, I always require everybody to do that in my courses, in my classes, before we go on a journey in the higher realms. When we leave our body and we work in the light body field, we always call on Archangel Michael. I also encourage everyone to do that every morning before you go out of your bed and every evening before you go to bed again. So you do that after you did a clearing of your aura, which is called the 3-heart connection meditation. And you can do just the protection shield in the morning and in the evening. And then throughout your day, when you, for example, go into a store or in a hospital, or you go into a group of people, or you just simply go out of the house, and you can do it for your children, for your animals, and even for your belongings, for your house. And that is what you want to be doing on a daily basis. And I'm going to talk a little more about that later. But what happens when you call on Archangel Michael for that is he holds the space for the perfect protection for you. And that can be really helpful, especially if you don't think about it and you may be busy or not very conscious. Okay? Now, an ascended master that's very powerful for protection is Babaji. I call on Babaji when I need help with removing energies that are stuck to my aura, or when I feel that I have something attached to me that's not healthy. Now, you might not feel that, but the way it shows up is by you all of a sudden and out of the blue feeling kind of weird. I'm kind of weird right now, or I'm not quite myself. That's typically when you have some other beings or just energy stuck to your aura that are really a mismatch. Now then, you can call on Babaji and you ask Babaji to remove all entities and energies that are anything but beneficial to you and to send them towards their divine destiny. Now that seems complicated, but this is how I ask it, because I like to ask it positively. So I'm not going to say anything that's negative or that's bad for me. I remove everything that's anything but beneficial. So that's how I word it. You can word it in your own way, but word it positively. And the other thing is I like to send them towards their divine destiny compared to into the light, because I don't know if they're meant to go into the light, right? They might have a different divine destiny. Ask him to send them towards their divine destiny. And when you do that, you do it 3 times and you can be guaranteed your aura is free. And that I like to do generally on a regular basis once a week, and specifically after you had to do with people who have maybe struggle with addiction, or you are in a bar, at a party, around people that drink or smoke, or even if you're smoking yourself or drinking, you can call on Babaji then on a daily basis to remove these entities. You can also do that when you were in a negative situation with difficult people or difficult conversations, or just when you feel a little off, as I mentioned earlier. But as a maintenance, just once a week. Good. Now let's go to the last part, where I would like to right now offer you a daily routine that you can do to have invincible protection. Invincible means as invincible as we can get it, because we're often really negating our protection with our thoughts. So if I create a protection shield and then I think, oh my God, he's going to harm me, or this situation is going to harm me, then I'm uncreating it in that moment. So it's not 100% thing, because we're always either working towards our manifestation or against it. But it helps if you call on Archangel Michael to hold your protection shield, because he can bridge those situations when you are counterproductive towards your own protection. And you can also repeat the protection shield on a regular basis. That helps also. Okay. Now the routine is, and I mentioned a little bit of it before, that you want to do it first thing in the morning, before you've actually already been inundated with the world. Go inward, meditate a little bit, be with spirit. It's a good time to be in gratitude and feel how grateful you are for the things you have, and then ask for the protection shield. Yeah, and it's nice to ask Archangel Michael to hold that protection shield for you when you don't think of it, and then go into your day. You can also then ask for a protection shield around all your belongings, around your car and every vehicle that any family member will take today, and also around your family members and your animals. It's a very beautiful thing to send your kids off to school with a protection shield, or your partner to work. And when you do that, you create a very strong field for them. And then you might want to amplify that around midday. Take a few moments, especially nice possibilities when you go to the bathroom. You just check on the protection shield and say, okay, protection shield, please, all protection shields in place. Visualize these light bubbles around you and your loved ones and your belongings. So they're strengthened, yeah? And then again, you do that in the evening before you go to bed, so you can sleep unencumbered by outer circumstances. And that's also when I would ask Babaji to remove all unwanted energies or entities, yeah? And send them towards their divine destination. So that's a typical practical way to do it. Now, how I like to tie it to an activity. So the morning you tie it to the bed. Every time you get in or out of bed, that's protection time. And then noon, you can tie it to the bathroom, for example, or preparing lunch, or you can tie it to a car ride before you go somewhere and pick up your kids from school. That's when you do the protection. So tie it to an activity that you're already doing. That'll make it easy, it'll make it automated, and it'll make it really worthwhile your time, because you're not adding time to your busy schedule. You're actually doing something during the time if you're doing something anyway. Yeah, okay. And then lastly, make sure you focus to eliminate thoughts of worry and sorrow, because they will drain your energy, and rather bless the people. And you'll do that anytime you notice that you're worrying or, having sorrowful thoughts. And you can also help uplift people by radiating good energy. And that you do in the morning, after you got up, after you have your protection shield. You choose a quality that you want to emanate today. And I recommend doing that after the 3-heart meditation. And we're going to have that ready for you somewhere here. And then you choose the quality and you visualize yourself radiating that out of your hands, your heart, and possibly your whole aura. And that's how you go in the day, in a bubble of light that's radiating a wonderful quality into the world, blessing the world and keeping you clean. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had fun.